Hey guys, sup? Comment Sphinx here. Bringing you guys another Cardfight Vanguard area video. This time it's gonna be me against Jacob is a god. If I can maybe get him to stop moving. It's gonna be my Oracle Tank deck in standard format versus his. We're just gonna throw in the good luck, have fun, and then the Legends Magus. Alright, so starting off, we're not doing too bad. Oh, it's gonna be his Royal Paladin Alfred deck. Okay, so we're gonna put Oracle Garden Nike and Sphere Magus at the bottom. Draw two more from the top, and then shuffle. Anyway, I'll go heads or tails. You can choose. He's gonna flip his line on head, so I'll go first. My turn first. Stand and draw. I'll ride Circle Magus on top of Legends Magus, and then with Legends Magus' skill, I draw one card. And with that, I end my turn. It's going to be his turn. He'll stand and draw. Oh my god. He doesn't have a grade 1, does he? Tell me he has a grade 1. Okay, or he can just swing 11 at the Vanguard. Wanna search for one? I mean, it wouldn't be much a fight, to be honest, if he's grade locked. Well, you can always ride Fogel on top of Grime for the draw. Fogel. Yeah, okay. I mean, and it's not technically all bad because you can still hit with a draw trigger, to be honest, so. No guard. That's one to pass. Okay, checking for 2 damage triggers first. No trigger. Second, draw trigger. 10,000 power to Circle Magus, and I draw. And that's gonna be my turn. Stand and draw. Alright, the Vanguard, Silent Tom. Then we use Circle Magus' skill to counter blast 1 to draw a card. We're not gonna use Silent Tom's skill because that's kind of a wasted counterblast, to be honest. Fogel Beast, okay. Gonna go to the main phase and call another Silent Tom. Call Circle Magus. And then Farfallin Magus. Farfallin Magus' skill. Check, put it at the top. To the top. And now let's do this. Circle Magus supports Silent Tom's attack on the Vanguard. Gonna take it and damage trigger check a copy of. No, gonna guard it with. Wait. Oh, okay. That works. Alright. Then support by Firefly Magus, Silent Tom attacks the Vanguard. And he's gonna Vanguard it, we'll draw trigger check. Low Forecaster, missed. 10,000 power to the Vanguard, and I draw. Perfect. And with that, we shall end our turn. With it, and he's gonna damage check Pongal. Gonna be into my turn, start of his, stand and draw. Gonna ride the Night Squire Allen. Finally has a grade 1, that's not bad whatsoever. Glad he finally got one. I mean, it doesn't matter though, because it'll be a grade 3 against a grade 1, but you know. Poor guy. I'm gonna call the Bringer of Good Luck Apple Knight to try and hit the Vanguard. I swing 13 at the Vanguard. We will no guard this because we'll be mean about it. Gonna draw trigger check this guy, Jaren, and we're going to damage trigger check. Well, Forecaster missed. 10,000 power to the Vanguard, and a draw. And it's going to be end of his turn and start of mine. I'll stand and draw. What do I want to do here? I could ride Deer, even though it wouldn't be smart, but at the same time, Imperial Daughter is there. Alright, let's just ride Imperial Daughter. And then we'll get the Imaginary Protect Gift Marker. We'll use Imperial Daughter's skill to counterblast 1. Look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Put 1 into my hand, 1 into the soul, or at the top of the deck. So put Imperial Daughter into the hand. And put 1 into the soul or at the top of the deck. And we'll put Farfalley Magus at the top of the deck. Top. Then we'll go to our main phase. God, look at the cards in our hand. We'll call Promised Daughter. And then we'll call Oracle Guardian Gemini. Oracle Guardian Gemini skill, since we have 3 or more cards in our damage zone, we can countercharge 1 by putting this unit into the soul. Then we'll call Oracle Guardian Gemini and do it again. Let me just make sure it's not once a turn. I swear I clicked close. Yeah, okay. And now we're building up soul for Deer, and simultaneously, well, and or Imperial Daughter, whichever. And we're also simultaneously building up our countercharge that we're able to use our more counterblasts. Anyway, let's go ahead and call Circle Magus. And then go into our battle phase. Support from Circle Magus. Silent Tom attacks the Vanguard Night Squire Allen. Going to, I guess, take this. Yep, then damage at Pongal, then support by Farfalley Magus. Imperial Daughter attacks the Vanguard. And no guard this, I guess. Yep, and I'm going to check the Twin Drive first check. No trigger, second check. Or Guardian Knight critical trigger. 10,000 power Promised Daughter and an extra critical to the Vanguard. Then supported by Circle Magus, Promised Daughter attacks the Vanguard. And since we have 4 more cards in hand, when Promised Daughter attacks the Vanguard, an extra 6,000 power. Okay, and with that, we'll end our turn. It's going to be his turn. He'll stand and draw. Hopefully ride into a grade 2. Please. Perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot he had that, to be honest. Gonna ride Jaren, call Akana, use Akana's skill to counter +1 and call Um, yeah, I was gonna say. I was, I was gonna say. A spirit called Pongle. He's Pongle skill Soul Charge 1. And if it's a trigger unit, an extra 10,000 power. 5,000 power, I'm sorry. That would be ridiculously broken, to be honest. But so for Soul Saver and an extra 10k if it's a trigger. Yeah, the same color, yeah. Yeah, they do. It's alright. Then I go into the battle phase. I think he already soul charged out. No, he didn't actually. SC. Yeah, okay. And it is not triggering it, so it's whatever. Okay, 15,000 at the Vanguard. It'll be 20, so we can guard with the 10. We'll guard this attack with Oracle Guardian Nike. Because I don't want to get 2 damage because of a cheeky Jaren. Critical. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. Would have went from having less damage in him to more damage in him in a single attack. Then I support Akane with Pongle, with Akane skill an extra 2,000. I'm gonna attack Imperial Daughter. I would hope. I mean, go for the damage, to be honest. Don't waste it. I mean, whatever unit he's gonna think about attacking, I could probably replace. Gonna swing at the Vanguard? Going to guard that attack with Psychic Bird, putting it down to 1600. And let's also guard with Oracle Guardian Nike. It's going to be my turn. Stand and draw. I'd have to deal 2 damage and get rid of all 5 of the cards in hand. Screw it. I think, no, it's not. I don't really like calling final turn unless I know for a fact it will be, so. We'll Persona Ride Imperial Daughter on top of Imperial Daughter. And then use the skill to counterblast 1. Look at the top 2 cards. Put 1 into the hand. We'll get Imperial Daughter into the hand. And place 1 on the top. Top. And your daughter's skill, 15,000 power. And 1 critical. Since I rode on top of grade 3. Yeah, we're good. With support from Circle Magus, we're going to have Silent Tom attack the Vanguard for 17,000 power. And I think it's GG, but I don't want to be calling final turn and final turn fail. So that's 5 and 10. Okay. In support by Farfalay Magus, I'm going to attack the Vanguard Imperial Daughter. You need 10. Trigger unit or take it. Okay, he's going to take it. And we're going to attack the Vanguard Imperial Daughter. Gonna guard that attack with the Bringer, good luck up on and Flogel, which is 1 to pass. 1. Okay, it's gonna be 2. I feel it's 15, 30, 35. It's still 1 actually. Still 1. Okay, now it's 2. 2. Okay, check engine drive. First check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger. Then supported by Circle Magus. Promised auto attacks the Vanguard. And promised auto skill an extra 6,000 power. No. What? What do you mean? What do you mean what? What? No. Triggers give 10k in standard. Ah. Yeah. It's called mind games. GG. Anyway, that being done, let's go ahead and go into the deck editor and look at the deck profile. Alright, so first off, as our starter, we're of course running Lozenge Magus. You could also ride the cute little bunny, but I just prefer Lozenge Magus since it fits the Magus theme. And its skill is just auto when read upon draw a card. For the trigger lineup, because it's our starter, we're running 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, 4 copies of Psychic Bird, 4 copies of Oracle Guardian Nike, 4 copies of Weather Forecaster Mist, which is our Sentinel for the deck, and 4 copies of Sphere Magus. So that's our grade 0 lineup. Moving on to our grade 1s. We are running 2 copies of Luckbird. So his skill is auto on the rearguard circle and place cost, so blast 2 to draw a card, and this unit gains 6,000 power until end of turn. So more than doubling its power and getting a draw for just a double soul blast is good. But I don't feel you're going to use this ability more than once, maybe twice. Like, I'm honestly not even sure you'll use it. Like, well, okay. In all fairness, you probably will use this skill once a game. I'm not sure you'll use it. I really don't think you'll be using it twice in the same game. So, it's just there as a 2 of, because I feel 4 is way too excessive, or anything above 2 really is too excessive. And we're trying to conserve deck space here. Moving on, we also have 4 copies of Sphere Magus, your ideal grade 1 ride target, because auto, when rode upon, cost, counterblast 1 and draw a card. So basically, when you ride upon this unit, obviously, ideally you'll ride Sphere Magus on top of Circle Magus, on top of Legends Magus to draw a card off Legends skill. And the next turn you draw and ride on top of Circle Magus, it's basically another Legends Magus because you're getting the draw for a counterblast. And it's just an amazing ability. And also auto on the Vanguard Rearguard Circle. When your drive check reveals a grade 2 or greater card, you may put that card on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, draw a card. So it's basically kind of like, it's basically deck filtering. You're getting to throw away cards you don't want and recycle them for cards that you do want. It's just way, 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 way too good, in my opinion, to not be a 4 of. Next up, 4 copies of Farfalay Magus, because it's just deck filtering 101. Auto on the Vanguard circle in place with the top card of your deck, put it on the top or bottom of your deck. This is just deck stacking. You can also do what I did, playing mind games, to where you may think you may intentionally put it on the top of your deck, having your opponent think it's a critical trigger, making them overguard like Jacob did. And at the end of the day, it's nothing that it's a trigger whatsoever, and it's just a card you want in your hand in case you don't kill that turn. And just in general, it's just an amazing card to have and a guaranteed 4 of in pretty much any build. Finally, to wrap up the grade 1 lineup, we're running 4 copies of Oracle Guardian Gemini. This just builds solo and counter charges, both of which are great things for you. All you need is 3 damage, and that's amazing. So activate on the regular circle if the number of cards in your damage zone is 3 or more, cost, but this unit is your solo counter charge 1. And it's amazing, because that builds up for Imperial Daughter's skill. Anyway, moving on, that's it for grade 1 lineup. Moving on to our grade 2 lineup. We're running 11 grade 2s compared to the 14 grade 1s, which I know I have a kind of high grade 1 count, but whatever. 3 copies of Goddess of Insight, Shurahime. So her skill is auto on the rear guard circle. When it attacks a Vanguard cost, counterblast 1, draw a card. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. This unit will then gain plus 6,000 power until end of turn. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, look at the top card of your deck and put it on the top or bottom of your deck. So it's just more deck filtering. It can hit by itself against the grade 3 Vanguard now because of the 6k power bonus. And just in general, it's an amazing card that I recommend you run in any build. Moving on, we're running 4 copies of Promise Daughter. So, first off, she has resist, continuous in the regard or guardian circle. This unit cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. They don't say it, but that's just resist. And continuous in the Vanguard or rearguard circle. During the battle that it attacks a Vanguard, if the number of cards in your hand is 4 or more, it always will be, this unit gains 6,000 power, meaning it can, once again, just like Shurahime, attack by itself and still relatively hit, if not make them guard it, so it's amazing. On top of that, to wrap up the grade 2s, we have 4 copies of Silent Tom. This is just because I don't have anything else I want to play, and I still like Silent Tom. So automatic on the Vanguard rearguard circle in place, kind of plus 1. You shouldn't gain 6,000 power until end of turn. I don't use this ability that often because it's just you're counterblasting 1 for 6k power until end of turn, and they can still guard at trigger units, not normal. It's just they restrict normal units, but whatever. Continuous on the Vanguard or rearguard circle. During the battle, it attacked the Vanguard. Your opponent cannot call normal units from hand to guardian circle. They can still guard at trigger units. They just can't guard at normal units. They can also, I should go ahead and note that you can intercept. You just can't guard normal units from hand. Anyway, that wraps up our grade 2 lineup. Moving on to grade 3s. We are running a total of 8. 2 CEO Amaterasu. I believe my original build was 4 Deer, 4 Imperial Daughter, but you don't really want 4 Deer, just because that's kind of clunky for something you're not going to use that often. Well, I mean, I say you're not going to use it that often. Deer is your finisher by pretty much any person's standards. It's the obvious finisher of the deck. But, I mean, at the same time, it's just kind of whatever, you know? You don't want it to be too clogged in your hand or whatever. Plus, CEO Amaterasu is an amazing card, and I wanted to fit it in the deck somehow, so this is kind of how I found about fitting it. So, activate on the Vanguard circle once turn cost, counterblast 1. Draw a card, look at the top of your deck, top card of your deck, and put it on the top or bottom of your deck, so just deck stacking again. And automatic on the Vanguard or rearguard circle. When you look at your deck during your turn, this unit gains 5,000 power until the turn. It also activates her cards with the words look, reveal, and search effects, and it gets 5,000 power no matter how many cards the effect looks at once. So basically, you can't stack it for, like, say you search 2 cards at once, you only get 5k power. You don't get 10,000. Anyway, another reason I'm running CEO Amaterasu at 2, as well as Deer, is because really, you're not, like, obviously you want CEO to be your first ride, but then you're just going to keep riding Imperial Daughter on top of CEO, and then eventually Imperial Daughter on top of Imperial Daughter, until eventually you're ready to kill, and you just ride D on top of Imperial Daughter, and then that's going to be the finishing turn, so you don't want to see it that often, but you do want to see it for your first ride for Grade 3. And it also is a very good card, don't get me wrong there. Moving on, we're running 2 copies of the Fabled Victorious Deer. So activate on the Vanguard or Rearguard circle once a turn. Cost Soul Blast 2 Grade 3s. Discard a card from your hand. And look at 7 cards on the top of your deck. Reveal up to 2 critical triggers from among them. Put the revealed cards on the top of your deck in any order. Shuffle the rest of the cards you looked at and put them on the bottom of your deck. And 6 of your units gain plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So this just is like a mini Soul Saver, only it's better because you're deck stacking while doing so. And it's just an amazing card, and definitely the best finisher that OTT has, besides maybe Ichikishima, but in standard format, this is basically the best finisher that is available to all standard format across the 4 clans you're able to play. And then, of course, we have the 4 copies of Imperial Daughter. Automatic on the Vanguard circle in place, cost +1. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, put 1 into your soul, or at the top of your deck. If you run on a Grade 3, this unit gains 15,000 power and goes critical until the end of turn. And that's just good for pressure. And activate on the Vanguard circle once turns cost, soul +1. One of your units gains 6,000 power until end of turn. So if you want to, you can put this on top of, like, say, an extra copy of, or just whatever. You can put on Silent Tom, Promise Daughter, Shidorahime. That way it'll be swinging 21. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just amazing either way, you know? So, anyway, with that, it's going to wrap up our Grade 3 lineup and the entire deck profile at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Conmaster Phoenix, signing out. See you guys next time. Have a good one.